Yes, people, welcome to the Coach's Corner once again. And finally, I get to know how to use the countdown and also the title music. All the streams I've done for the channel, never used either of them, but now, first time's the charm. And as advertised, this is Watchalong for the Ireland versus France game in the Guinness Six Nations. And courtesy, of course, of Mr. Trollope. He is, of course, providing you live coverage of that. As for yours truly, well, given that I am stuck in a country where the people do not really enjoy watching rugby for some stupid reason, don't ask me why. In order to get rugby coverage over here, I have to subscribe to a special service where I pay almost through the nose, and it would be in the tune of a certain amount of US dollars a year. And so I've just come to the conclusion I can't really do that. And I probably will if the Rugby World Cup final, if I decide to go out and watch the Rugby World Cup final, I will have to go to a nearby sports bar and watch it because I'm pretty certain that they will be carrying that network. But for now, you are stuck with me, and I will be providing you a preview to this match between the top two ranked rugby teams in the world, Ireland and France. And kickoff, of course, will be in about 8 minutes from now. So you're going to have to bear with me as we provide live updates from our friends at BBC Sport. But I will sort of give you a brief preview by sharing a page with you right now, and this is the match preview for today's game. So this particular match, as I've said, is between the two highest ranked sides in world rugby at the moment, and it could well decide the final destination of the 2023 Six Nations Trophy, with the other four teams in this group not really firing on all cylinders. Of course, it must be said that France made pretty heavy weather of their opening game against Italy, whereas Ireland ended up crushing Wales at the Millennium Stadium in Cardiff, making it another unhappy reunion with his former team for the returning Wales coach, Warren Gatland. Certainly after his treatment of the likes of Brian O'Driscoll, Peter O'Mahony, and Johnny Sexton, he is pretty much persona non grata there. So Ireland is, of course, coached by the former England and Great Britain dual code rugby international Andy Farrell, who was a member, in fact, of the England World Cup squad in 2007 under Brian Ashton. I believe he and the current England coach, Steve Borthwick, were teammates on that team. If I'm wrong, I will correct myself. And they were definitely teammates and co-captains at Saracens. And of course, Andy Farrell is the father of the England captain, Owen Farrell. But Andy is firmly committed to Ireland, of course. And they are now vying to set a national record of 13 successive home victories. Whereas the defending Six Nations champions, France, are on a 14-game unbeaten run and have an excellent recent record against the Irish, winning the past 3 matches between the teams, and in fact were the last side to beat Ireland at the Aviva Stadium at Lansdowne Road in Dublin in 2021. However, I mentioned that they made heavy weather of their victory over Italy. Well, they conceded 18 penalties in that match and needed to have a late try to secure a 29-24 victory in Rome, whereas Ireland are coming to the game full of confidence, blitzing the Welsh 34-10 in Cardiff, courtesy, of course, of a terrific start, which rocked the Welsh side to their heels. Now, of course, while France are unchanged, Ireland have been forced into one change, with the injured Dan Sheehan at hooker being replaced by Rob Herring, and fit again Rowan Kelleher is named on the bench. But again, the two props, Taj Furlong and Shan Healy, are sidelined by injury. And Conor Murray has been selected alongside skipper Johnny Sexton, and Sexton was able to recover from his dead leg last weekend to take his place once again as captain of the Irish team. Among the replacements, Fabien Galthy, the former France captain himself, has made 2 changes, with Francois Cross and Baptiste Couillud coming in for Thomas Levault and Nolan Le Garec. And in fact, we will now share the team news right now. The lineups have already been confirmed. And this is, of course, where There will be live updates. Andy Farrell, of course, speaking to ITV. Take your opportunities, that is definite, and you've got to want to see those opportunities in the first place and be yourself to attack the game. We've got better at that since our last outing in Paris. Just need to be ourselves as a group and be as together as we possibly can be, going from moment to moment and just playing the game as it comes in front of us, making good decisions and backing ourselves. And the president of Ireland, Michael Higgins, carrying out his meet and greet with the players and officials. Anthems, of course, will be incoming. But of course, here are the lineups. And the reason why these lineups are numbered as they are is that the backs are named first from 15 to 9, with the full back, of course, being Keenan, Hugo Keenan, of course, and then going all the way down to the scrum half, Connor Murray. Fly half, of course, will be Johnny Sexton, the captain. And these are basically all the backs. The forwards, number 1 and 3, are the loose head and tight head props, respectively. Number 2 is the hooker, who will be Rob Herring. The hooker will be responsible for taking the line out throws for when the ball goes outside the line. Taj Ben and James Ryan are the 2 locks who will be responsible for trying to receive the ball from when the lineouts are taken. And we've got 2 flankers. Blindside is Peter Omani. Open side flanker is Josh van der Fleer, and Kellen Doris is the number 8. And so these sort of back row forwards will have the role of propping up the scrum at the very end when the 2 teams will be scrumming together. And of course, here are the people on the bench. As for France, it is Thomas Ramos at fullback. The other wing backs will be Damien Penaud and Ethan Dumortier. The centres will be Gael Ficou and Yoram Falatir Mofana. Fly half is, of course, Romain Tamac. Scrum half is Antoine Dupont. The 2 props are Cyril Bailey and Uini Antonio, with Julian Marchand being the hooker. Dupont, of course, is scrum half and captain. Thibaut Flamand and Paul Williamse are the 2 locks. I believe Williamse might have some South African blood. I'm not too sure. Anthony Jalonche is the blindside flanker. The open side flanker and former captain is Charles Olivon. And Gregory Aldrit is the number 8. And so I do hope that you can all forgive me for trying to explain this stuff to you. But the worst part about this is, and taking a look at the comments, we see Mr. Trollope is in the building. I'm sort of giving the prelude to this, obviously. I hope you don't mind it. And Hannah, of course, will have the benefit of watching it on the television, thanks to the wonderful people of Supersport in South Africa, who clearly love their rugby as well as their cricket, unlike over here in India, where cricket clearly is top. Soccer football comes a close second, and rugby isn't really given that much emphasis. But it is what it is, of course, and I am doing my best to sort of provide a kind of a preview before Mr. Trollope himself will be joining us. So at the moment, the national anthems are playing, and so sadly I can't see them. I do love the sounds of Le Marseillaise and the Soldier Song. We got Bobby Kay in the chat here. I know they play rugby in Canada, and I do believe Canada will be fielding a team in this upcoming World Cup. So that should be something you might want to look forward to, unless, of course, you are not interested in rugby, which wouldn't be a surprise. Big up Chelsea fan who's in the chat, and he will be joining us as soon as this Chelsea game ends. But for now, I will be sharing the live updates from BBC Sport, and we will be on our way. So it is, of course, 7:45 where I am, 2:15 UK and Ireland, and the kickoff is in fact scheduled to be at 14:15 GMT. So it should have kicked off by now, and we will, of course, be getting you updates as and when they take place. I've also got the cricket, the second day of the Women's 2020 World Cup. Yesterday's first game was not a very good game for the host, South Africa. Certainly not for Mr. Trollope. South Africa stuttering and stumbling to a 3-run defeat at the hands of Sri Lanka, for whom the left-arm spinners choked them. And now, of course, it is West Indies against England. West Indies are batting first and are currently 110 for 3 after 16-ish overs, 16 overs and 1 delivery. And England will be batting second and hoping to try and get to that total. And of course, as Hanno has mentioned, the Chelsea West Ham game is going on right now. I can definitely check that out and see what's going on. Of course, Indian fans can also treat themselves to action from the Indian Super League on Star Sports between Bangalore FC and the Kerala Blasters FC. Shout out to my good friend Prasanna Balakrishnan from PB Talks, who I believe is doing a live watch-along to this match. He and I are both fans of Chennai and FC, but sadly, the Marina Army will not be making the 16 playoffs for this tournament. But the match has just started, and it is showtime. And so, as the match goes on, I'm obviously going to give you some of my thoughts and my own memories of watching rugby. And I grew up watching and enjoying rugby in the early 90s. I mean, fortunately, I didn't get to see the 1990 championship, of course, where Scotland dashed England's hopes of winning the championship, the Triple Crown, and the Grand Slam with a display of absolute grit themselves when they ended up winning it all. And after that, that seemed to spur England on under the captaincy of Will Carling. We ended up winning 2 consecutive Grand Slam titles under him, which was terrific. And of course, in the Rugby World Cup hosted by England in 1991, we beat Scotland by a very similar scoreline en route to reaching the final, where we ended up losing to an inspired Australian team captained by Nick Farr-Jones and featuring the likes of David Campese and Michael Lynagh. And we've got an update right now. The first scrum of the game goes to Ireland, who look to run it, but France retain the ball. So a scrum is basically where all of the players from basically mainly the forwards, but also a few of the backs, I think, pretty much sort of come together, and the ball is pretty much put underneath those 2 teams by the scrum half, and the scrum half's team will try to maneuver the ball through them to bring it out from behind, and the scrum half will receive them and then pass the ball. And of course, remember, in rugby, when you have the ball in your hand, you pass it backwards. You do not pass it forwards. A forward pass is an infringement and can be punished. If you are seen to knock on the ball, that is, if it bounces off your leg and into your hand, that's also an infringement. You are, however, allowed to kick the ball along the ground as a means of taking it forward and try and receive it. That can be counted as a legal forward pass with your feet, if you will. I mean, they call it rugby football for a reason, you see. And I'm sure when Hanno comes along, he'll do a better job of explaining the rules than I can. Still trying to get so far, basically everything is happening as they are, and can't really do too much about it. And of course, I can't wait for Hannah to come on, but of course, the West Ham Chelsea game is actually quite exciting. Recent update, of course, is that West Ham had a goal disallowed, which would have put them ahead 2-1. But at the moment, it is still 1-1 at the London Stadium where the match is being played. Both teams surprisingly cancelling each other out. Even West Ham, who've had a poor season, have somehow managed to give Chelsea a run for their money and hold them well. Former Chelsea player Emerson, of course, the one who equalised for West Ham after João Felix put them ahead, just springing that offside trap. Okay, so we have former Ireland fly half for BBC Radio Ulster, Tony Ward, saying, one of those special occasions, just hope it lives up to it. A huge game, 2 world-class sides out there with some really good matchups. As mentioned, Ireland making one change with Herring coming in for Sheehan at hooker. France are unchanged. And as the update is showing, it's not the most fluid of opening 3 minutes, maybe a few nerves, but France will have it again as they move into the Ireland half. Now, obviously, it's not very nice of you to be looking at my face while these highlights are going on. I want to try and remove myself and see if. Yes, I should apologize for that. Some stupid connectivity issues from my side, but here we are back, and hopefully you haven't missed too much. I will refresh the page right now. So basically, well, so far you haven't missed too much, and as it said, not the most fluent of opening 3 minutes. We actually have missed quite a few things here. France certainly shading the opening exchanges. They've got a penalty from distance now, going for goal. Sweet as a nut from the fullback, Thomas Ramos, slotting over for the first points of the day. A fine kick, of course, from the fullback. And I will right now update the score. Ireland nil, France 3. Ramos penalty in the 6 minutes. And I have another interruption, please. I do apologise for that. And as I've said, it is Ireland 0, France 3. Ireland responding by winning a line out 5 metres out. The Ireland pack is, of course, up and functioning. Ireland are close here. Ooh. Andrew Porter from France, from Ireland, the loose head prop, thinking he was over for the opening try, but being held up. However, Hugo Keenan does indeed score a try, getting the opening try of the match, and there's a huge noise from the home Dublin fans. So Ireland have now opened their account with a try of their own, and the score will be updated. And every time a try is scored, the team has the option of adding a conversion for an extra 2 points. So Ireland could end up being 6-3 up, 7-3 up before you know it. So I'm just going to again Keenan try on 9 minutes. And so Ireland are 5-3 up. And we are now into well deep into stoppage time at the end of the West Ham-Chelsea game. So hopefully Mr. Trollope will come over and cut me a little bit of slack. I do apologise for the poor job I'm doing right now. It's difficult when you don't have television coverage of the rugby right now. I do enjoy rugby. And of course, my best memory, of course, is watching England gain revenge on Australia in 2003 on their home turf by winning the Rugby World Cup there. Johnny Wilkinson, of course, with that iconic drop kick for Clive Woodward's England against an Australian team coached at that time by a certain Edward Jones, who was, until very recently, England's coach, and now is back coaching Ireland. And in fact, the conversion has in fact been made. It will be, I believe it was Sexton with the conversion. Whoops, score has to be changed. 7-3. Right. And of course, having been sacked by England, Jones has now returned to Australia, bringing everything full circle, I must say, and he will be coaching Australia in this upcoming World Cup. And England are now coached by Andy Farrell's former England and Saracens teammate, Stephen Borthwick. Of course, England lost their opening match to Scotland and will have to go through a period of struggle under their new coach with his new ideas. And the match has just finished at the London Stadium. It is honours even between West Ham and Chelsea, a result which doesn't really suit either team, although West Ham are for now safe from relegation. The West Ham goal scorer Emerson catching up with a few old mates of his, and handshakes all around. I would say that West Ham would perhaps be the happier of the teams. Chelsea really needed a win today and just looked toothless for the most part. And certainly questions are going to be asked on their selection of their forwards. Kai Havertz once again drawing a blank. Maybe a possible role come the end of the season for Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, who was very controversially, in my opinion, dropped from both the Premiership and Champions League squads. He could, however, still feature. And of course, the try has been converted. So now back to the rugby. And right. Of course, a start for Ireland. Any one of 3 players could have scored that try. It's so far the fullbacks who have scored for their teams, with the fly half Sexton converting the try. Any one of 3 players could have scored that try, according to Ward, but it was Hugo Keenan, who was on fire last week, started this one brilliantly. What a start for Ireland indeed. And now France's backline is starting to move through the gears with the ball in hand, but Ireland are holding them off well. And this French team over the years is normally a team that would, in fact, specialize in being really good ball carriers. Even their props, who aren't expected to be the most mobile, are adept at not only showing bulldog-like strength, but also carrying the ball really well. And in the modern day game, as a prop, you are expected to be more than adept with the ball in your hands. So another update here coming. Well, France have now forced a knock-on, and we have another penalty for France with the fullback Ramos again kicking for goal. We will see what happens here. So far, Ireland have been able to, certainly play quite well and really build on from the legacies left by Brian O'Driscoll, Paul O'Connell, and John Hayes, among other players, Ronan O'Gara, Peter Stringer. And Ramos has, in fact, converted the penalty, so it is Ireland 7, France 6. Ramos penalty after 16 minutes. And of course, penalties are awarded when there are infringements in the opposing half. Very similar, of course, to football or soccer, in that, except, of course, in soccer, it has to be within an area, but in rugby football, it can be as closer to the goal line, or even further away. And we have Mr. Cholip with us, although I think his device isn't quite connected, but he should be coming on. Chelsea fan, keep hitting the like button. Still West Ham 1, Chelsea 1. Yep. I do apologise to you, Chelsea fan, but good to hope you at least enjoyed the game. And Hanno, good to see you. How are you, bud?
I'm good. Yeah, interesting so far this game. So 11-7 right now. To France.
11-7. Wait, each try is worth 5 points, isn't it?
Yeah, but I'm watching the game now. They scored a try right now.
Okay. Well, I want to thank you for saving my bacon, so to speak, because these updates from BBC Sport Online have not really been good at all. And yeah, you can now take control. But before I hop off, and I've also got some Arsenal playing in half an hour anyway, so I might be hopping on another watch along there. But just briefly, let me ask you, and I probably don't need to present this anymore. But let me briefly ask you, what did you think of the Chelsea game? Are you? I'm sure you're not happy. Specifically, was there anything which made you mad?
First off, FC. Really. First off, FC. Couldn't really make anything of it. Like the second half, we were absolutely dreadful, and West Ham probably should have won. We did get a penalty claim. Should have been a penalty, clear as day, and ball. So yeah, clear as day, and ball.
Yeah, and of course, Kai Havertz drew a blank today. I'm pretty certain you must be angry with Potter for keeping Ferbs sticking with him, huh?
I get why I went with him, but it dropped Martin Gallagher today. They came on. They did nothing. He needs to. I know he doesn't want to back that throw for Fana, but he has to back him right now. Because Havertz is just stinking up the place. He had two offside. It was two times he was offside. One time he perfectly rounded the keeper. I got um, memories of the Champions League final. And Ireland are in the corner. I think they're gonna have to look at the TMO. If it is a try, right in the corner, they're gonna look at it. Beautiful, well, will try right into the corner. Um, so yeah, they're gonna check now, but yeah, I think it just has to back him. Let's see. It tries up in the air. Yeah, he's out, unfortunately. His toes scraped the grass, um, grass, grass floor just before he could get the ball down. It's gonna be awarded a no try. I hope. I hope. Um, but yeah, I don't know if you saw, but there was a handball appeal late on of Conor Gallagher, where he shot the ball and it was kind of deflected. He's out. He's out there. My opinion, the Ireland player, but yeah, we're gonna still looking at it. But I don't know what you make of it. But it's clear as a handball. So yeah.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. I mean, clearly Chelsea have a few problems, and I'm just watching it right now. And yeah, I mean, he drops to the floor, the West Ham player, and oh, for Pete's sake, come on! A goal. Any goalkeeper would have been proud of that. Disgraceful.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. But anyway, back to
It
the rugby. Back to the rugby. This is why you're doing this stream.
yeah.
And I did mention that these teams are the top two teams in the world. Why do you think South Africa, despite being world champions, have dropped off a bit?
I just think people. Oh, try stands. It shouldn't stand, in my opinion, but try stands. It's out 12-13. I just think we haven't played enough rugby. Like, it look. When was the last time we played? Let me get that up. We haven't played rugby in almost a year's time. Since what the England test since November. We haven't played really. Um, and we all these rankings are are as on that like um trustworthy. Like any team can beat anyone on the day, but I think it's just because we haven't played enough rugby. Look, even except November, um, when last did we when and Johnny Sexton pulls the conversion wide, so it stays 12-13. Before
Ooh.
November, when last did we play? So I think it's just that we haven't played enough. For the likes of France and Ireland, they play regularly. But we still up there. And rugby, when it comes to the World Cup, it's a tournament. It can be terrible going into the tournament and then have a great spark. You look at the few times, every time France is in the world, when they were so good, they sometimes are favorites. Or even Ireland. You look Ireland in 2019, they were heavy favorites and they fell off a cliff almost. So
I
it
agree.
really depends.
I
Depends
agree, and of course,
on the team.
I have memories of watching England play. All of those games were being showed in India on the TV5 Asia channel because it was being held in France. The commentary was in French, so I couldn't understand most of it. I mean, I do know some very elementary French, but I was watching the action, of course, and England started off horribly, losing to your lot in the group stage, 36-0. You were coached by Jake White and Eddie Jones, who was, of course, until recently, our coach, Eddie Jones, was an assistant coach for you lot. And we were coached by Brian Ashton. Phil Vickery was captain of that team, with a few players from the 2003 vintage in that team. Started horribly, but we got better as the tournament went on. Uh, did well to beat, I believe we beat Australia in the quarters and France in the semi-finals, if I'm not wrong. And then, we just came up short against you lot. We also were very unlucky to have had a try disallowed. But overall, you lot were good value for the win. And that was John Smith's triumph as captain and Oz Durant's final appearance for the Springboks. And several players had good games. Brian Habana, Victor Matfield. That was a top team then, son.
Yeah, that's going back to the memory lane legends time. So yeah, that was a great team. That's 2017. I think that the
2007.
yeah 2007, that almost that period, and where we had all those places. It was like our golden generation. Almost so. Yeah.
Percy Montgomery as well. Can't forget him. What a left foot that fella had.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
But Ireland on the attack once more. Oh, hard hit there.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, clearly now both teams seem to be attacking well, but could this be an indictment on the two defenses, or what do you think?
I think this is gonna be this is such a 50-50 game. You look, both teams couldn't be split. Say that Johnny Sixon makes a beautiful run, and now Ireland 5 meters away from the try line. One pass, oh, is just short of the try line. Advantage being played for not rolling away. Now Conor Morris swings it out wide and it's intercepted there, but it's gonna be, uh, I think it's a penalty to Ireland. But look, both teams are very very good. They probably the top two teams in Europe. I wouldn't say in the world, because it depends on the south. Of course, our southern hemisphere teams, New Zealand um, and South Africa and Australia. But I'm gonna check something. That tackle in the midfield, they had. You know what? I think they might be a yellow card. He did wrap one arm around, but not both. And the one he didn't wrap around, hits him right on the head. The hook of Ireland right on the head. And so, yeah. VAR is a joke. Yeah, VAR is a joke. But I don't think it's VAR. I think it's more the officials. Like, even if you're a ref, you should be seeing that. But yeah. So they're checking
Absolutely.
TMA own right now. Oh, that's hard. That's a yellow. They might send him off permanently. A red card. It's hard. It's a real hard
Well,
hit.
if it is a yellow card, he is taken off the field for a few minutes, though, isn't he?
Yeah, for 10 minutes, but I think it may be red. They're really strong on the like head contact. So shoulder really it's him there. Gonna see right now. Yeah, it's a yellow card. So yeah.
Right. I'm sort of going through the highlights now. Apparently, that Ireland try was a beautiful finish from James Lowe there, with a huge jump through the air to finish. Absolutely spectacular. I know you think that should not have stood, but maybe the referees had other ideas. And then, of course, a good break from Damien Penard to score France's try, one of the best in the championship. You do get some really, really good tries from both these teams, I would say. Well, it looks as though Mr. Trollope has gone for a bit. So, there you are. So I was just saying
Yeah,
that you really get some good tries from both these teams, and certainly when it comes to their movement with the ball, they're absolutely splendid to watch, aren't they?
yeah, definitely. Both teams are world class. Top two teams in Europe. Don't know about in the world, because of course New Zealand, South Africa, Australia. So yeah. But I will be back in a sec. On,
All right,
on.
all right. And as soon as you come back, I'll have to hop off because I've got some stuff to do as well to prepare for Arsenal's game anyway.
Okay, I'm back. Um, so yeah. To,
Yeah. So I've just got the team news, and again, that idiot Arteta has gone with an unchanged lineup for the game against Brentford today. I wanted him to make some changes, but no, he's got to stick with that 11. For Pete's
oh
sake.
yeah, to rest for City. To rest some place for City.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
wanted some changes to be made, but
Oh, Ireland off the scrum. Conor Murray going himself just short, and Ireland right up against the upright. Gonna try and move over. Yeah. And are they over? Yes, they are. And it's a try for the Irish. It's now 17-13.
oh, this is wonderful. I know I've got a good mate back in Dublin who loves his rugby, and I'm sure he'll be pleased as punch with that. And yeah, so this is the thing about Ireland. I mean, obviously, as you've mentioned, Ireland have a tendency of do really, really well in Six Nations tournaments, but not quite get it over the line or get their act together when it comes to the World Cup. This has to be something that should change, hopefully, and maybe under Farrell's guidance, it could happen. And Farrell, of course, was a defence coach with England and went on to be involved with Ireland as a defence coach there too. And since then, he's pretty much taken the team really forward. And looks like Brentford are playing with a 5-3-2. Henry and Roslev are the wing backs. Me, Pinnock, and Aya are the centre backs. Jensen, Norgard, and Janelt with Mbuemo and Tony up top. Damsgaard is on the bench.
And if you need to hop off, you can. No.
I will. But I was just saying that. So that penalty that Ireland had, was it missed by Sexton?
Yes.
Oh, right. But at least Ireland are ahead now with that try. And once it gets converted, it should be 19-13. But let me see how much time is left until the end of the first half. 27 minutes. Yeah, I will have to hop off now and get ready to watch Arsenal and Brentford do battle. But a final reminder to all of you before I go, please like this video, subscribe to the Coach's Corner, click the bell button for notifications, and there'll be some more coverage of the Rugby Six Nations and maybe even the upcoming Rugby World Cup on this channel. We will see about that. Until then, take care of yourselves, enjoy watching along, and I'll see you all again very soon. Take care, and Hannah, it's all yours, but catch you soon. Well, I mean, no. I'll stick around until he comes back. And an update is that Johnny Sexton has just
That's
converted that. Yeah, I'll catch you soon, bud. And he's just converted that try, so it's 19-13. All I will say is Erin Gobrach, Ireland forever. Come on, Ireland.
partner.
Okay. Ireland now on the attack. 2016. Ireland switching the play and through the right, hard tackle in the midfield there. Now Conor Murray gives it to one of the pack of forwards. Now switches play once more. Hard hit again by the French. Now Conor Murray switches play there in midfield. Oh, brilliant run there. Conor Murray switches to Johnny Sexton. Now they swing it out wide. Right, big number 12 of Ireland running through them. Oh, Johnny Sexton, great link up play there with some of his forwards. And it's going to be called a penalty, high tackle, or high, charge there in the midfield for them. Så, ja. Han är riktigt. We saw Ireland ran from their own goal line. Johnny Sexton running back the years as and just under 5 minutes remain of the French yellow card. But so yeah. Now France are going to look for touch. They do find touch, and they're right on the 10-meter line of in their own half on the right 10-meter line. If you look at the power game attack, 43 carries for Ireland, 40 for France. Line out here to France, brilliantly taken out. Now they're gonna move forward. The more is broken down there by Ireland, and the UK is forced to go into contact himself. Now the poor is going to try. It's going to go with a high kick. It's a contestable one. Who wants it? France won it, and now the poor has it again. Gives it to his big pack of forwards. And the poor is switches play. And now they into last few minutes, and it's gonna be a penalty here to France for not rolling away. West Ham must pay ref off, of course, speaking on the Chelsea game. Yeah. And just 3 minutes remain off for till French are have all 15 players back on the pitch, and France are going to go to the post. It was right on the left-hand side. Yeah, left-hand side. 47-meter kick. It's close to the touchline. Can he get it to 3 points? It's a long kick. It's a beautiful kick. It's all the way over the post, and it's 1916 to Ireland. Beautiful kick there from the French number 10, and absolute rocket of a kick there from him. 16-19 France coming back into this game. Now 2 minutes just remaining of the yellow card for France. They have made good. Haven't been haven't considered much points with this yellow card, only conceding the try. But other than that, it has been good for them. And now Ireland trying to go forward. Yeah, now they swing it out wide. And now kicked there by the number 13 of Ireland. The poor has it, now gives it to his number 10, who's gonna run into the gap. And the poor picks it up from back. And now the forwards marching on. Poor. Right in the center is France now. What are they going to do? Gives it to his number 10, who's gonna kick it upfield right into the hands of Ireland's number 15, who's also gonna kick it back. And he's looking for that 50-22. He doesn't find it. And France kicks it back. A bit of kicking play here going on. Ireland kick it. And then it's going to go out right on halfway. It's going to be a line out to France. So far, interesting game. Game this been very tactical. And yeah. The French number 3 is gonna come on. I don't think he's gonna come on for this lineout. He will come on when there's a next stoppage of play. And now the French more moving forward. Moving forward as often as we know they do. Now they shoot you into the back line. Beautiful running player. Oh, hard tackle there. But now they move it there. Ireland steal the ball at the breakdown and they kick it forward. Pushing forward is the Irish players. And now, some quick feed there by the number 14 of France. And now the poor in his own 22 gives it to his back. It's number 2 switch. Gives a Sonny Bill Williams pass to number 12. Now the poor again. Hard running here by the French, looking to break through. About 4 minutes remain of this first half. The poor again. Oh, beautiful work. Intercepted here by Ireland. Now they're on the counter attack. Who's gonna come there? He kicks the ball forward. It's a foot race. France plays. Ireland have it, and great defensive work by the poor. As it keeps Ireland out. And now the ball is there. Who's going to pick it up for Ireland? They do pick it up now. Inch closest, 2 meters almost away. Now the number 14 tries to get it, and it's going to be, I think, a line out to France. But incredible play by both teams. The counter-attack from Ireland, the defensive work from the poor, stopping that number 14, all his strength. And it's a small guy, but he's got the heart and the strength of a lion. Incredible how we kept him out there. And Ireland, was it? They do go over, but a ref says the ball is held up, and there was a knock from the French. And so it's going to be a scrum to Ireland. Let's see. Yeah, that ball's held up. Couldn't do anything about it really. It was held up. Conor Murray held up there. 2 minutes remain of this match, and it's gonna be a scrum here to the French. And Tim Aldo, yeah, by the Irish. And scrum by Ireland. They're going to have at least went in too early day France. So it's gonna be and now Ireland moving closer, ever closer to that try line of France. They want to make, they want to score before of time, and the ball's pulled there, but the ref says backwards. And still looking for the try Ireland right underneath the post, and they have advantage for offside advantage. Oh, everybody's on that side, and Conor Murray breaks through. Conor Murray has gotten the ball down. France knocked on. France knocked on. They're gonna have a look at the TMO. And they're not gonna have a look. I think he asked the touchline official. So Ireland says they can't find a way through. They're going for to the post. Right on off time. It's right in front of the post, so I believe Johnny Sexton will kick it over. Yeah, he knocked that on. Or backwards, I think. Conor Murray. And it does do that, and it's now half time at the Viva Stadium. It's 22-16 to Ireland. They take 6 point lead into half time. Ireland and versus France half time 22-16. And yeah, I'm gonna take a quick break. Yeah, I'll be back shortly for guys. So yeah, on that, yeah, so yeah, just my thoughts on the half. I think on the first half between these two mammoth teams, I think Ireland they have been a bit better. They have kept out France. And France have struggled to come out of their half and attack a bit more. Whenever they do, Ireland they they hold on. Their defense is so good, and France they just can't stop Ireland at this moment. Get out of their half. So tough times for the French, and I think I said France will win by I think 4, and I think it's still France can still win this game easily, but it's gonna be a tough match. So yeah, uh, so yeah. But it's scary times for France now. So yeah. Nothing really else to say on the match. Just waiting for the second half to kick off. Ireland definitely has been the better team. Um, but that one try they got that made it 12-13, I don't think that try should have stood. I really don't think so. And I think and the yellow card France got it was a deserved yellow card. So yeah. But yeah. If you are new to the channel, do subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and um, smash that like button if you haven't already. So yeah, that would be massively appreciated. Appreciated. So yeah, um, I got nothing else to really say. I'm just waiting for the match to begin again. Um, they're showing highlights of the Ireland Wales game. But yeah, nothing else to talk about right now. Yeah, I'm still just waiting on the second half to start. Not but nothing else to say. If you got any questions, let me know in the chat or your thoughts maybe. Um, yeah, also game still 0-0. What's the Luton game saying? Luton Town. Tom Lockyer scored in the first minute for Luton. 1-0. I said, I said 1-1 in that match. Sorry if you could hear any other bird. Apologies. So yeah, the second half is about to start in a bit. So yeah. So yeah, just waiting on that. Yeah, seems like it's about to start. So I'm gonna just change this. It's not half time anymore. Ireland vs France. 22-16 to Ireland. Second half has kicked off. France deep kickoff by Ireland. France taking the poor. Think he's gonna kick this? Yeah, seems like he's gonna kick this high up into the air. Not high up into the air, long and far. And now Ireland, they launch a counter attack here. Go into contact, and now Conor Murray, he should just play. He passed the ball, not should just play. Now he should just play. And now Johnny Sexton, beautiful work. Oh, beautiful work here by the Irish. Now they're swinging it. Johnny Sexton again. Oh, hard hit. Hard hit. Conor Murray. Oh, tackled in midfielder. Now they switch play nicely. Got a few men over France, but no, not yet. Now ball kicked high up into the air, and Ireland spoils it, but so France have it now. Instead, they are off just in front of the 22. They give it to one of the pack forwards, one of his forwards, and now they're gonna kick it again. It seems like they're gonna kick it again. The point. Oh, yeah. Yes, he kicks it again, long and far, not a contestable kick. They're just giving possession back to Ireland. And now, once it, hard tackle there. Conor Murray, what's he gonna do? Look, he's also gonna kick. But this is a contestable kick. The poor. Oh, beautiful work by the poor. Now they play it. And now they kick it again, France. They kick it back. Conor Murray. Johnny Sexton. No, that's not Sexton. Beautiful ball, looking for 50-22, doesn't find it. It's called for I don't know what to call it, but yeah. I missed the pencil. England better one tomorrow. Of course, England play tomorrow. You play Italy, yeah, you'll beat Italy, but yeah, don't know, maybe not. So, yeah, in the championship, it is. I'll get the scores up right now. Just get the scores. Oh, beautiful pass here. Ireland on the wing. Running in. The number 11. Oh, take him down. Ireland trying to go into the 22 of France. Think they're gonna. Oh, Ireland, beautiful work. Now they're deep into the 22 of France. Beautiful work. Oh, so the French, so the Irish, searching for the fourth try and bonus point try. Hard tackle there. And France, they've won the ball, but can Ireland win it back? No, they can't. Now it's going to be a counter attack by France. They're always good on the counter attacks. Oh, here they go. The number 11 is let loose. It can't be tackled. It can't be. And now he's brought down. And Ireland, they did win the ball, but they spoil it. Now France, they try and kick it. It did take a touch from the Irish player. But now Ireland moving again. And it's going to be penalty. Penalty to France. And that gives them some breathing space. But great work by the number 11. They're in the championship. Currently no in the Blackpool Rotherham game. It's 1-0 in the 1-0 to Luton in the country game, 1-0 to Burnley. No in the Wigan Huddersfield Town game. I said 3-3 in that game. And 1-0 Sheffield United and no in the Watford Blackburn game and 1-0 Middlesbrough. No Sunderland Reading. No Hull City. No Millwall. No Norwich. Yeah. Sabia Paul Williams off and someone else on. So yeah. I'm just wanna quickly. So yeah. I'm just gonna injury replacement day for the Irish. So yeah. I'm gonna be back and in 2 seconds, people. Okay, can you guys hear me now? I hope you guys can hear me now. Thought it would be working, but I'm just gonna check. If you guys can hear me now. Seems like you guys can hear me now. Yes, then I've been talking for, but I don't know why it isn't. Mic's on, everything's on. But yeah. So 25-19 again. Ireland in the 22 of France. France lineouts. France haven't lost a lineout so far this match. And I still don't do. Oh, but Ireland won the ball off on the ball somehow. Ireland win the ball. Now again Ireland. Moving forward. Eager. Better. Cool. Okay. So yeah. Ireland, 5 meters. Wait. Oh, less than that. Are they over Ireland? Oh, no, they aren't all held up again. They just can't get past the 22. They just can't. Just can't get over the try line, Ireland. But it's starting to become a tough match for them. France, goal line dropouts. Take it in. 3-1 Leicester. Wow, Tottenham. I said 3-1 Tottenham. Jeez, imagine. Probably come back like 4-3 the second half. So yeah. Penalty to France. Ireland not releasing the ball. 6 point gap between these two teams, 25-19. A try wins it for France. One moment of magic can win it for France. France, they now have a line just past the 50-meter line in Ireland territory. Also, Irish players just getting some treatment. Yeah, knows that he's bleeding. Just getting some treatment. Should be okay now. Line out here to France. What can they do? Oh, Ireland on the attack here. On the attack. Grabber played through. Oh, oh, it won't go. It will go out. Oh, it will be taken over the goal line and be run out of play. So it will be a goal line dropout. Substitution here for France. Yes. So yeah, and now France on the 5 meter line. Oh, the park kicks it. So yeah, and now Ireland trying to get back into the 22 of France. And now Ireland going to the short side. Doesn't work out. 10 minutes remain. 6 point gap. Can Ireland come back? Oh, sorry, France. Be happy yourself, Chris. Be happy yourself, bro. Ireland trying to Ireland so close to the touchline, so close to the 5 meter line. Still going Ireland. France just need that one try. They just need that one try. And Ireland again. Oh, oh, Ireland, 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 Ireland score, and they make it. Is that the winning try? I think so. It's a try for Ireland, and that brings up the bonus point try, and now an 11-point gap. Ireland actually good at something. That's funny. But Ireland with a brilliant try, well worked, and goes to the short side. Winger cuts in, cuts outside, and then nobody can tackle him. Still through so many defenders. One, two, three, four, four defenders can't tackle him, and Ireland they got that all important bonus point as well as the one. I think 11-point gap now. If they kick over this conversion, makes it a 13-point gap. Aren't Ireland top six of the nations? Yeah, they are. In the rugby, they in the top two. In the rankings. So yeah. It was a breakaway by France, but was stopped by Ireland. Now they again seems like Ireland is going to win this game. Um, And yet they will be top of the table for now, depending if Scotland can beat Wales, of course, in the next match. Following this one, if Scotland can beat them, the four men remain in 13-point gap, two tries needed for France, and I think it's too late for the French. Ireland now on the attack. Oh, they're number 12, busting through everyone. Now they should play. Oh, trying to get over the advantage line and into 22. Oh, now beautiful grab at they played. Oh, that's great awareness by the number 11 of France to try and win it back to get the ball and place it. Now France, the boy's gonna kick it again. He hasn't had a great game. He's for me, France they have kicked too much this game. Kicked the ball away so much. Oh, kicked again and touchdown this time, but the poor luckily wants it back now. Right on the try line is Ireland now. Right is France now. Right on the try line. 2 minutes remain of this match, and now a kick there by Ireland. By France out, and yeah, I think that the French players they know it's too little, too late. But great game by Ireland. They have stuck to their game plan. France, ever since second half, they haven't really been in the game. Ever since the third try, even of Ireland, they haven't been in the game much. Oh, and the knock on there by Ireland, and now France they will look to get a consolation try. I beautiful hands there by them, and now they cut back inside their number 14, running sideways, ball bouncing, and now they have to scramble to win it back. And Ireland, oh, called there for foul play by Ireland tackling the man without the ball. I don't know where it is. I really don't know where it is. Maybe they, yeah. Uh, I guess it's he passed the ball, then it's a penalty, and to be kicked. And with just 45 seconds remaining of this match, seems like it's going to be a big end. Yeah, for Ireland. If you have the sound turned on, you will hear the roar of the Viva Stadium. I bet you that if if when the final whistle blows, France looking for that consolation try. Beautiful running rugby here by the forwards of France, showing the backs how to do it. Right. And ref calls for I don't know what, but it, it really wants them. I think man played in the air. Up, nah, 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 nah. Up the Scots. Scotland. So yeah, nah. Up the Scots. Up the Scots. It's a penalty, and it's gonna be a big kick there by France. And they think they just want to get that consolation try just for the goal difference. It will help them a lot. It's especially like 13-point gap down to down to a 6 point gap. That's the scoreboard looks better. No, scoreboard looks way better. Yeah, each team does play each other only um once, I believe. So yeah, the poor. Now they swing it out wide. Beautiful stuff here by the French. Oh, knock, knocked on, and the roar of the Viva Stadium goes as the final whistle blows. Ireland 32, France 19. Incredible performance from the Irish, and they knock off France from their pedestal. France, they need to go back to the drawing board because they really didn't look great today. They kicked too much. It doesn't seem like their running rugby is working. Um, and it's even against Italy they scraped through. Need to look at the drawing board. France 32-19. Ireland now go top of the table in the Six Nations tournament of Scotland to play a Wales next, and that's a big game. I believe if Scotland win, they can go above Ireland. I'm not sure yet on the goal difference, etc., but they can go above them. So yeah, big day for Ireland as they beat the French 32-19. I think it went all wrong with the French kicking too much. So yeah, good stream, man. I'll see you next time. Be up yourself, just and see you next time. See you all in a bit, people. Peace.